afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2007. Would you please join with vocalist Chandra Curry in the singing of O Canada, and then remain standing for the invocation.
Gracious God, giver of all good gifts, thank you for the gift of life and the freedom that only you can give. As we gather here today to celebrate the academic achievements of the graduates of the colleges of commerce and arts and science, we give thanks for so many things. We thank you for this time of spring, of new life, of growth. May we recognize the spring in our own lives, the new life and the new paths we will be choosing, the new trails we will be blazing, and the destinations and goals we will be setting. Today we acknowledge and celebrate the goals that have been achieved as our students receive their degrees. Thank you for the excellent examples in our lives, the passionate people, the ones who gave us pause to look into our own lives and discern what our passions are. We give thanks for the example of Hal Wyatt, who will receive the Honorary Doctor of Laws degree today. We hope that we too can be generous with our time and our talent, as Hal was, as the chair of the Board of Governors at our university for years. We also give thanks for Chancellor Tom Malloy. As he joins us for his last convocation ceremony this afternoon, we pray that we may continue, that he may continue to be a role model for us in the ways of justice, compassion, and a friendly demeanor. May the great people in our lives inspire us to think about how we can affect change and address the larger issues that confront us all as citizens of our planet. We give thanks for our greatest gift, those who have supported us through our lives, our families and friends who encouraged us, believed in us, and were there for us in times of need. We give them our love and our gratitude. Those who join us here today, and those who couldn't be here, but are present in our hearts. And we thank you for the promise of the future, whatever choices we may make, whether it be work, travel, or more study. Give us courage and strength to discern what our path will be, and guide the decisions we will make in the future, so that we can truly work towards the greater good for all. For all these we give thanks, and we ask for help to realize the potential for greatness we all have, each of us in our own unique way. God, be with us today and always. Amen.
Would you please be seated? Once again, graduates, families, and distinguished guests, welcome. My name is Lee Pennock. I'm the University Secretary, and I have the honor of introducing to you the members of the colorful platform party that you see before you. So beginning in the front row, at my far left, your right, Grant Isaac, Dean of the College of Commerce. Alison Rennie, Assistant Dean, College of Commerce. Jim Basinger, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Science. Joanne Dillon, Dean of the College of Arts and Science. Lawrence Martz, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Science. Peter Stoichev, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Science. Tom Wisher, Associate Vice President Research and Dean of the College of Graduate Studies and Research. Michael Atkinson, Provost and Vice President Academic. Peter McKinnon, our President. Tom Malloy, our Chancellor. Hal Wyatt, the recipient this afternoon of the Honorary Doctor of Laws. Stephen Franklin, Vice President of Research. Laura Wasakis, our Elder at the ceremony. George Ivany, Past President of the University of Saskatchewan. Michael McLean, University Chaplain. Ian McLean, representative of the Alumni Association and also a former university secretary. Kelly McInnes, Registrar and Director of Academic Services and Financial Assistance. And in the second row, Alec Aiken, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Science. Tammy Marsh, Assistant Dean, St. Thomas More College. Tom Deutscher, the President of St. Thomas More College. Robert Harris-Simchuk, President of St. Peter's College. Kurt Tischler, Manager of the International Students Office. Joan White, representing the Department of Saskatchewan Advanced Education and Manpower. Lily Krause, Member of Senate. Laurel Krause, Member of Senate. Winona Laudermilch, Member of Senate. Judy Bazowetsky, Member of the Board of Governors. James Pepler, President of the USSU. Gayleen Turner, Member of Senate. And Mavis Moore, Member of Senate. And then behind them, and I'd ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administrators, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they've done by supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates.
May I invite Mr. Wyatt to rise? Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Harold Edmund Wyatt, more informally and fondly known as Hal Wyatt. Mr. Wyatt is on the long list of people of accomplishment who come from Moose Jaw. He was born in that city and served his country for more than 4 years during World War II in the Royal Canadian Air Force. His life would be justly recognized for this service and for his fine career in banking, from which he retired from the Royal Bank of Canada in 1986 as Vice Chairman and Director. But there is more, so very much more to be said about this fine man. As we reflect upon his career and life to date, what is particularly striking is the breadth and the depth of his contributions. In them, we can identify the themes of corporate governance and leadership, education, music, community engagement, and service to our country. He has been a chairman, vice chairman, or director of leading corporate and commercial enterprises. He has been a national chairman of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce and a founding member of what is today known as the Canadian Council of Chief Executives. He has participated at the highest levels in the governance and support of 5 institutions of higher learning, including our own University of Saskatchewan. He has enriched lives with the gift of music by establishing and leading prominent organ and piano festivals or competitions, and through the support of other major ensembles. His community engagement includes the support of youth, hospitals, sporting organizations, and municipal and provincial initiatives. And in addition to his wartime service to our country, he has received many contemporary awards for his service to Canada, including membership in the Order of Canada, the nation's highest civilian honour. It is an extraordinary roster of achievement, though I would like to identify for particular emphasis Hal Wyatt's service as a member and later as chair of our Board of Governors. We are joined on stage today by my distinguished predecessor, Dr. George Ivany, and by University Secretary Emeritus Ian McLean, intimately familiar with board and governance at the university, and I have no doubt that they would agree with me when I say that Hal Wyatt's contributions to the board and to our university were many and exemplary. Not the least of them was his service in joining with Dr. Ivany in securing the Canadian Light Source project for our university, our city, and our province. If there is one word that comes to mind more than any other as we hear this summary, it is the word service. And it is for that service that we invited this gentleman to join us in this ceremony of recognition, celebration, and appreciation. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Harold Edmund Wyatt, Hal Wyatt, and ask that you confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa and invest you with all of the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Chancellor Malloy, President McKinnon, platform dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, and most important of all, the graduates to whom I have been asked to offer some words of encouragement. Before doing so, I hope you'll forgive me because I'd like to acknowledge that this is the 100th anniversary of the university coming up. And as I considered why would I be chosen to receive this honor today, I began to think as I climbed those stairs, it must be the man that's closest to 100 that can still get up the stairs. That way, it was an honor. I couldn't believe it when I was told, and I'm very, very grateful. I'm very grateful to President McKinnon, too, for that introduction. Often introductions such as this may be accurate, but the content is something else, something only your mother would enjoy. But I thought today's effort was pretty good. I think we'll give him an A. Do you agree? Although President McKinnon was most generous in talking about my service at the university, it is I who should be most grateful. For in those years of service, I came to know and appreciate the capabilities, the dedication and contribution made by so many people associated with this great institution. I couldn't have worked with two better presidents than President Ivany and Peter McKinnon. They're just wonderful individuals, great examples, and I'm so delighted. George, it's a great day. I was fortunate to be on the board when Ted Turner was chancellor, and even more fortunate to have Mrs. Peggy McKercher as chancellor and member of the board during my chairmanship. I will always be grateful to that great Latin lover, Ian McLean, the long ball hitter, the Canadian Slapshot. He was such a wonderful secretary and was very helpful to me, keeping me in line. And of course, we had a distinguished group of men and women who supported me as members of the board. They represented the faculty, the student body, and the public at large, and did so with great dedication and great abilities. The administrative staff, too many in number to be identified by name, were likewise professional and conscientious in offering counsel and direction. All in all, my time at the university represented a highlight of my life, a time I will never forget for what it meant for me. If we made a difference, then all of the people above deserve the credit. Let me now return to you, our most distinguished graduates of today's convocation. You might have noticed that nowhere in the introduction of the printed resume in my career did it mention attendance at the university. And in case I put your mind at ease, I wasn't a dropout. I never got there. I'm sad to say that because of depression, I, like many others, could not attend. There were no student loan programs. And thinking back to my high school graduation class, very few were able to continue the university. However, over the years, I developed a keen interest in education. I chaired the Chamber of Commerce's National Education Committee. I've served on boards of colleges and universities, the American Management Association. I did lots of fundraising. I became chairman of Mount Royal College Foundation. And given this exposure, I was often asked to lecture at various post-secondary institutions, including once here at the University of Saskatchewan to commerce students when Mike Mahar was the dean. Above all else, I was greatly influenced by my family and friends who were teachers or professors, including my son and daughter-in-law who are here today and played a big part in my becoming involved. I even had the distinction of teaching a man who became an assistant professor in agriculture here at the university. Dr. Leonard Shaveski, a genius in plant sciences who ended up as dean of the School of Agriculture at the University of Manitoba. And while I might seem boastful about teaching a genius, I must confess it happened while I was in the Air Force and I was teaching Len the fundamentals of flying. So what has all this taught me about education? First of all, I came to realize that you can never get enough. Times change, demands for new and different capabilities are occurring rapidly. Being educated is not a static situation, and anyone who thinks that they have a degree, their days of learning are over, will soon be left behind. Receiving your degree today represents a very fine achievement and a huge step, but it is only your beginning. There are many more you must take in order to achieve your goals. This is so regardless of the career path you choose. For example, even though you may not become a teacher or a professor, you most assuredly will be called upon to utilize your experience in the training of others. And there's no more noble challenge and rewarding experience than mentoring others. This applies in raising your family, in the corporate, in the professions, in the arts, or whatever career path you choose to follow. Helping others achieve success will bring you great joy and great satisfaction. Recently, I had the opportunity to read an article written by a Calgary high school teacher. He remarked on the emphasis being placed on students acquiring academic skills, but lamented that less attention was being paid to equally important life skills. He reminds us that a good education is more than having academic skills and acquiring knowledge. A good education should help the young people become functional members of society. He suggested that since we ask adults to give of their time to volunteering, should we not ask our young people to do the same? He he emphasized that when young people really understand how important it is for them to give back, they will do so much better for themselves. Also, he reminded us that young people need assistance in dealing with their emotions. The 90% average looks good. But what if the student is terribly unhappy because of an inability to form friendships? Helen Keller said, "Believe when you are most unhappy that there is something for you to do in the world. So long as you can sweeten another's pain, life is not in vain." Finally, we all need to be able to deal with stress, for if we can't, all our academic achievements will mean little. So what we need to see is not only students graduating with high academic results, but with a greater balance in their life, so as to be able to cope with the high demands of living in a competitive world. Now, for as long as I can remember, I always considered the University of Saskatchewan an institution that graduated some of our country's greatest people. People who have gone on to make a difference in many professions: the arts, athletics, politics, or social studies. People like the Right Honourable John Diefenbaker, the Right Honourable Ray Titian, Chief Justice Willard Esty, Dr. Emmett Howell, Frances Hyland, the actress, Guy Vander Hague, the wonderful author, and Gordon Thiessen, the former Governor of the Bank of Canada, and so on. Particularly the first Aboriginal woman to graduate from the University of Saskatchewan, Annie McKay, and Dr. Frida Ahenkeu, one of the most distinguished Aboriginal scholars of Canada. And finally, one of my favorites, Dr. Sylvia Fedork, the Chief Medical Physicist for the Saskatchewan Cancer Foundation, but also a former Lieutenant Governor, a former Chancellor, and a member of the board during my period of service. I could go on, but the graduates of this university have always competed successfully with others elsewhere, as proven by their achievements and their service to mankind. Furthermore, thinking about people who grew up here, there isn't any sector of society where Saskatchewan people have not made an outstanding contribution to the province, to our country, and the world. For example, the oil industry is awash with Saskatchewan people. Imperial Oil's last 3 successive CEOs come from here. 3 of Gulf's were from Saskatchewan, 1 for Texaco, and there are so many others. There are so many ex-Saskatchewan people playing major roles in the Calgary oil patch. It prompted Dick Haskell to ask in his recent best-selling book, Northern Tigers, do you know what they call Saskatchewan people working in Alberta? Boss. That is true. Also in the world of finance, 2 men from Saskatchewan headed the Bank of Canada as governors. The chartered banks have been headed by 3 native-born individuals. Excuse me. And at least one who started his banking career here. And there are many artists work with world-renowned reputations. John Vickers, the opera singer, Joni Mitchell, Arthur Hill, the actor. And in the field of law, many successful lawyers grew up here, and at least 2 were deans of prestigious law schools. Not to mention the Chief Justices, like Emmett Hall, Bud Esty, and Bill McIntyre. In the fields of science, research, medicine, animal husbandry, and agriculture, these professions have been served with distinction by native sons and daughters of Saskatchewan. In the fields of politics and diplomatic affairs, there have been numerous local people contributing as Prime Minister, Governor General, premiers, cabinet members, diplomats, and so on. So today, you too are joining this distinguished group. And what will we hear about you? The sky is the limit, and there is no sky like the prairie sky which you experience here in Saskatchewan. Now, regardless of where you come from, and I realize several are not from Saskatchewan, but wherever you come from, remember your roots, your history, and all the people who have and will continue to assist you as you make your way. Look for ways to do this for others. As your life unfolds, travel. See other places. Experience their culture. Learn from them and appreciate their differences. Do not expect or want that experience to be the same as at home. But do come home. We need your youth, your passion to succeed. Embrace change, but not at the expense of personal relationships. I hope you never lose your pride of birth. Singer-songwriter Connie Calder, who came from here, wrote about Saskatchewan by saying that she comes from a land that is harsh and unforgiving. You had to keep one eye on the banker and the other on the sky. I don't know what that banker thing is all about. But anyway, home is where the heart is. And though I've lived in many provinces and abroad, this is where my heart is as well. Finally, I'd like to make a special plea. Don't forget this university and its people. They make it possible for you to leave your mark in the years ahead. Not one of us here today would have achieved anything or be where we are had it not been for those who took upon themselves the role of helping others. This is a reflection of our past. Those demanding times when this province was first settled, land was broken, forests were being cleared, there were no support groups, no unemployment insurance, no loan assistance, but they did have something special, the support of neighbors and friends. The dedication of teachers, the generosity of others which made their life and future successes possible. Please, don't ever hesitate to help others. Don't be reluctant to become involved in any worthwhile public service or charity. This is where the difference is made in our society. As Audrey Hepburn, actress and benefactor, once said, you have two hands. One is for helping yourself, and the other is to help others. To close off, I'd like to say something I've been asked to repeat, something I gave once before. It's an old Irish prayer, which I think provides a guide to living a useful and happy life. Take time to work. It is the price of success. Take time to think. It is the source of power. Take time to play. It is the secret of perpetual youth. Take time to read. It is the foundation of wisdom. Take time to be friendly. It is the road to happiness. Take time to dream. It is hitching your wagon to a star. Take time to be loved. It is the privilege of the gods. Take time to look around. The day is too short to be selfish. Take time to laugh. It is the music of the soul. Congratulations to you all, and good luck.
Eminent Chancellor, President Emeritus Ivany, Elder Wasakes, platform guests, members of the graduating class, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And I join my colleagues on the stage who have already done so in welcoming you to Convocation 2007. It is the University of Saskatchewan's most important celebration. It is here that we come together and recognize in a very public way the achievements of our graduates and the contributions to their success of their families and friends. The day also marks the admission of our students to the University of Saskatchewan family of graduates worldwide. And as you have heard from Mr. Wyatt, their record of achievement is a magnificent one, and I am confident that you will uphold and enhance that record in the years to come. I would like, of course, to extend a very warm welcome to the families of the graduates that are assembled today. We're delighted to have you with us. You have shared the joys and the hardships of your graduate and his or her journey leading to the success that we mark today. We share your pride, and we thank you very much for being here. We're particularly pleased to welcome you to Convocation in the centennial year of our university. 100 years ago, the University of Saskatchewan did not have any faculty, staff, or students. It did not have a campus. It did not even have a hometown. It was a dream, and in the course of our first century, that dream took shape, and today it is manifested in this fine assembly of the graduates of the Colleges of Arts and Science and of Commerce. Established in 1908, the College of Arts and Science is the oldest college at the university. Its enrollment has grown from the 70 students who first attended classes in the Brinkle Building in downtown Saskatoon in 1909 to over 8,000 today. With over 45% of the total student population at the U of S, Arts and Science is the largest and most diverse college on campus, offering programs in the fine arts, humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. The college is home of what for centuries has been known as liberal education. It refines and nurtures vital skills and talents. We need creative thinkers. We need people who are comfortable with decisions in a wide context. We need people who can communicate, reason, create, write, and speak. In short, we need leaders, and liberal education nurtures leadership. Literacy. Mature literacy. The art of reflective inquiry communicated to one's fellow citizens. That is the single most important attribute of your education. You are here just in time. We need your wisdom. We need informed thinkers, citizens, and policymakers, and we need to nourish and celebrate the kind of education that contributes to their formation. And the humanities and social sciences, the natural sciences and fine arts are at the core of this kind of education. And so I congratulate you, the graduates of the College of Arts and Science, for your success in this formative tradition of education. And the college itself is dynamic, from the success of the Arts and Science Transition Program, to the opening of the Humanities and Fine Arts Digital Research Center, to the introduction of the Researcher for Tomorrow Fellowship, to an outstanding roster of teaching and research achievements, to the appearance of our own wind orchestra under the direction of Glenn Gillis, as the only Canadian ensemble in the largest music educators conference in the world. These are but a few, just a few, of the fine successes in the college. 2006-2007 has been a memorable year of achievement. There is wisdom in the arrangement of today's convocation, because the program of study for commerce students has always required a significant portion of the coursework to be taken in the College of Arts and Science. To ensure an educational experience with the breadth and critical analysis that characterizes a liberal arts education. As our Dean of Commerce says, a Bachelor of Commerce degree is really an applied social science degree that sits atop core competencies in math and economics, and in psychology and sociology, supplemented with studies in policy, history, and ethics. Indeed, the collaboration between these two colleges is reciprocal. Just as a liberal education is a core foundation for the depth and rigor of a business education, so too, arts and science students are appropriately exposed to business courses. We can imagine a science student seeking to commercialize a discovery, or a fine arts student seeking to own and manage an art gallery. Entrepreneurship may be required for success in a broad range of fields, and to this end, the College of Commerce is developing an entrepreneurship minor for students in arts and science. The students in the College of Commerce have many achievements in their own right. The university was represented by 20 members of the Advancing Canadian Entrepreneurship Saskatchewan team who attended the Western Regional Exposition earlier this spring. In competing against 9 teams from Western Canada, our Saskatchewan team was awarded first place in the innovation pool. And our U of S team was among the 450 top business students in Western Canada and Ontario to compete in the business case competition in Vancouver in January. Our team captured silver in debate, silver in business strategy, and bronze in human resource management. And the team was also awarded the prize for the team that applies the a spirit of business professionalism and integrity throughout the competition. Many achievements and much to celebrate. But dear graduates, it is particularly for your achievements that we are assembled this afternoon. I know that your achievements represent thoughtfulness, determination, struggle, and a fair measure of anxiety. But you are here, and you deserve to be. Whatever path you will now follow, I want you to know that you carry with you the confidence, the respect, and the affection of everyone at the University of Saskatchewan. We will follow your future activities with pride and with interest. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this University that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Council of this University, I consent to admit you to the degrees and certificates to which you are entitled, and to invest you with all of the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Would the graduates in the front row please rise and come to the platform.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Bachelor of Arts 3-year degree. I present to you James Robert Ardell, with great distinction. Tracy Melissa Arnold. Lacey Martina Braun. Kendra Joan Brown. Ashley Elizabeth Bruce. David Michael Buczynski. Felicia Ann Collins. Amanda Dawn Delaney with distinction. Lisa Lynn Deal. Dinesh Lynn Gauthier with great distinction. Ashley Marlene Lover with distinction. Matthew Frank Haynes. Joseph Wesley Lambert. Lois Lynn Lane. Prudence Lee. Alma Carol Little with distinction. Christine Marie Lowen. Bruce Ryan Neufeld with distinction. Erin Lynn Osmond. Anne Wulai Perry. Jeffrey Mervyn Scott Peterson. Kirsten Lara Kosnikoff. TJ Elvin Preet. Justin Ward Redikoff. Marla Dawn Savoy. Nicole Lynn Smith. Nicole Chantel Smith. Jenna Claire Todland. Karen Rosemary Tisani. Allison Marie Wimkin. Aaron Lee Witwicky with distinction. John Paul Yamnick with great distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts 3-year from the College of Arts and Science.
Chancellor, on behalf of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer on them the Bachelor of Arts 4-year degree. I present to you Jacqueline Lorraine Anderson. Amanda Becky Baran with distinction. Leanne Bicol. Rochelle Eleanor Jean Bondarenko with distinction. Jenny Melissa Carroll. Shauna Leanne Carruthers. Iman Alberto. Allison Marie Fisher. Robert Jonathan Frost with great distinction. Jessica Dawn Gale. Kyle Christopher Gilbertson with great distinction. Stephanie Dawn Harris. Jennifer Marie Herbers. Megan Elizabeth Hobman. Rochelle Ann Hozak with distinction. Jessica Margaret Kettner. Linda Lee with distinction. Megan Josephine McCammon with distinction. Andre Farshad Mamauri. Christopher Charles Warren. Barrett Nathan Nigel. Janine Price. Erin Marie Pilipek with distinction. Melissa J. Seberg. Destiny Dawn Sinclair. Ashley Marion Slade. Jordan Lester Frank Smith. Kendra Nadine Tapola. Robert Patrick Trainer. Candace Lee Ulick. Margaret Dawn Wilkinson. Amanda Ray Wood. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts 4-year in the College of Arts and Science.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors. I present Joshua David Allen. Mary Elizabeth Maureen Anderson, High Honors. Laura Ruth Aspinleader, High Honors. Leah Joanne Basinski, High Honors. Mickey Sandra Bidner, High Honors. William Patrick Boland, High Honors. Kirk Joseph Breck. Terrence Patrick Sennett. Eula Crowter. Danielle Renee Fontaine, high honors. Trevor Nicholas James Fraser. Haley Anna Louise Gagnon, high honors. Sarah Ivy Gallagher, high honors. Emma Lee Gardner, high honors. Nicole Arlene Haugrud, high honors. Alyssa Megan Hermanson, high honors. Jennifer Leanne Hyatt, high honors. Robert Anton Holm, high honors. Jennifer Ann Hutchison, high honors. Bart Morley Johnson, high honors. Kristen Michelle Johnson, high honors. Rosalia Maria Kanslider. Kimberly Dawn Malika, high honors. Renu Malley, high honors. Michael Anthony Markowski. Tracy Lynn Martins. Lila Chelsom McCormick, high honors. Kara Jasmine McDougall, high honors. Lois Ann Miller, high honors. Janice Elizabeth Morgan, high honors. Devin Hugh O'Neill. David Scott Penner, High Honors. Christopher James Gregory Schmaltz. Berkeley Joel State. Alessa Louise Sutherland, High Honors. Graham Michael Webb, High Honors. Jesse Yonan. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors from the College of Arts and Science.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer on them the Bachelor of Science 3-year degree. I present to you Marco Bodan Baran. Alicia Kate Finch with great distinction. Trevor Andrew Gately. Dalen Michael Genzo Healy. Jeffrey Adam Lindsay with distinction. Majak Loe Mapure with distinction. Cameron Gerald Sherman with great distinction. Colin Kim Kong Wong. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science 3-year from the College of Arts and Science. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science 4-year. I present to you Tiffany Jean Boudreau. Megan Aldous Hope Risky. Hugh Pang Chung. Evan Douglas Cole. Kelly T. Twee Lee. Kelly Ray Mahalik. Anthony Molnar. Jill Danielle Pankowski. Sherry Lynn Pella. Mark Joseph Orbanski. Hyo Lok Woo with distinction. Catherine Louise Zahinich. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Science 4-year from the College of Arts and Science.
Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours. I present to you Christopher William Bird. Jing Kao, with high honors. Stephen Lynn Christensen. Kimberly Lynn Decker. Aaron Lee Dramanitsky with distinction. Alyssa Britt Amon. André Denis Fontaine. Ryan Edward Gallagher with high honors. Amanda Lee Hitchings with high honors. Michael Edward Kautzman. Jody Raylene Kobelka with high honors. Eric Beguski. Landon David McPhee with high honors. Heather Ashley Milsom with high honors. Kimberly Mika Tamaki. Shalvai Tan with high honors. Karen Tai. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree Bachelor of Science honors. And the Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts. Jacqueline Fayonne Green with great distinction. Aaron Daniel Hirsch with great distinction. Caitlin Margaret Van Conen, great distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these recipients of the degree Bachelor of Fine Arts. Chancellor. On behalf of the Faculty of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer upon them the degree Bachelor of Music. I present to you Patricia Evelyn Leekam with distinction. Kristen Carolyn Thiesing Renee, with distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree Bachelor of Music.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Master of Arts. Helena Jade Sear.
Woo!
David Stewart Norris. Rhiannon Erin Margaret Stromberg. Jason Paul Wagner. Sheena Allison Walls Ingram. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Arts in the College of Graduate Studies and Research. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty in the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Michael Gordon Barnett. Ramon Cornell Boyd. Karen Ho. Robert Douglas Schwab. Sheldon James Smith. Casper Jan-Theo Hendrik Steenkamp. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Science in the College of Graduate Studies and Research.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Commerce, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. I present to you Dana Lynn Abramo. David Urban Altrogi. Jared Adam Anderson. Anthony Maroga Angu. Christine Elise Arnaud. Toby Dale Arnold. Michelle Elizabeth Avery with distinction. Colin Bradley Berg. Coralie Ann Berg with great distinction. Jill Brandon Benishak. Nolan Jason Berg. Sharon Marie Bloomquist with great distinction. Jeanette Leanne Bowden with distinction. Leslie J. Bojan. Curtis Robert Bosque with distinction. Carolyn Christina Broadfoot with great distinction. Troy Lauren Brown. Diane Nicole Burnett with distinction. Tara Lynn Cameron. Christina Kathleen Cars. Riley Garrett Chiliak. Russell Wayne Nicholas Chisholm. Roderick Contreras. Allison Noel Craig. Carolyn Veronica Kruder. Brittany Amanda Curran. Jessica Diane Dacey with distinction. Kendra Ray Demaray. Carla Marie Dick with distinction. King Didibon. Chelsea Dawn Edgar with distinction. James Albert Edmondson with great distinction.
Chalice Bond Elking. Chad Robert Fischel. Michael Ryan Fisher. Bradley Dean Friesen. Sylvia Roxana Hugel. Nicole Kristen Gallard. Brittany Lynn Mary Galambos, high honors in human resource management and with great distinction. Pamela Jeanette Garner with distinction. Amy Michelle Gultus. Courtney Lee Gale. Brett Patrick Stephen Garrett. Tracy Dale Glassford. Chelsea Leanne Gleim with honors in accounting and great distinction. Trevor Mark Gonzalez. Krista Lynn Braun with great distinction. Kyle Avery Grenier. Kelsey Janelle Grote. Keen Lynn Grunding. Chelsea Caitlin Haggerty. Scott Ashley Hamilton with distinction. Melissa Louise Hansen. Dana Marshall Hansen with great distinction. Carlene Gail Hartnett with distinction. Deborah Michelle Hasenfratz. Todd Stephen Hine. Rebecca Dawn Heinke with distinction. Allison Michelle Hines. Julia Diane Henley. Rochelle Lynn Herring with distinction. Blair Robert Herman. Mitchell Ray Herman. Blake Ernest Herperger with distinction. Corey Michael Hill. Mark Sheldon Holefield. Michael John Polinati. Thomas Raymond Horn with great distinction. Philip Paul Anger. Bradley Joseph Stephen Herkamp. Blake Anthony Hubert. Rosalie Ann Hughes with distinction. Faye Marie Hushigan. Crystal Robin Jansen. Robert Allen Jardine. Dustin Garth Johnson with great distinction. Nicole May Kolesnikov with great distinction. Natasha Marie Katchett. Travis David Keel. Christy Lee Kendall. Timothy Wayne Kent with distinction. Jeffrey Lawrence Kingwell with distinction. Derek John Klamosko. Laura Charlene Knight. Caitlin Elizabeth Knowles with distinction. Sarah Lynn Cola. Alan Michael Coop, high honors in accounting and with great distinction. Jonathan Mark Coral with distinction. Kendall Ryan Kovich. Holly Carolyn Crawl with great distinction. Matthew Perry Kisniuk. Kimberly Teresa Kuhn. Bo Landon Lebret. Lisa Ann Lebrecht with distinction. Nelson Joseph LaCourse. Catherine Kim Lalonde with great distinction. Kevin Andrew Langdon. Mark Daniel Larson. Jeffrey James Laternis. Chantal Marie LaVenture. Kenneth Delbert Leclerc. Chad Roderick Lee. Craig Roderick Lee. Sorry. Timothy Sampson Lewis. Joel Brandt Lloyd. Damon Horst Lowenberger with great distinction.
Lindsay Michelle Matson with great distinction. Patrick David Maw with distinction. Sonia Raj Manik with distinction. Ian Cody MacDonald with distinction. Chloe Alexis McIsaac. Jacqueline Michelle McLeod. Erin Elizabeth McNabb. Cameron Frederick Meyer, honors in marketing and with distinction. Christopher Stephen Meikle. Joshua Douglas Milor with distinction. Tyler Lucas Metz. Amanda Leanne Mitchener. Gordon Sean Miller. Darren Kelsey Mitchell with great distinction. Allison Dawn Moon with great distinction. Jennifer Margaret Morgan with great distinction. Bernadine Jean Ness. Veronica Crystal Nixiel. Blaine Stephen Neiman. Tahira North. Oyin Consola Yesede Obikoya with high honors in accounting and great distinction. April Dawn Olenek. Ola Jomoki Abimbola Oni with high honors in accounting and great distinction. Jamie Tunju Park. Christy Lee Pollock. Sandra Faye Peters with distinction. Jennifer Ari Platts. Sarvani Potter with distinction. Andrea Faye Popowich with distinction. Terry Jean Ramstead. Luke William Arthur Rempel. Jean Ronald Wren. Jolene Justina Rigg with distinction. Andrea Dawn Rossell with distinction. Rochelle Lynn Sarhauer with distinction. Carla Andriana Sawchuk. Michael Adam Sawchin. Andrew James Richard Schindel with great distinction. Brittany Ann Slosher with great distinction. Laura Elizabeth Schmidt. Laura Ann Schwinghammer with distinction. Nicole Ray Semenchuk with great distinction. Matthew William Senga. Nadine Jocelyn Senko with distinction. Jennifer Lynn Siemens with distinction. Johanna Elizabeth Maria Silger. Derek Raymond John Simsick with distinction. Christine Marie Smith. Robertson Douglas Spinney. Dean Charles Stanley with distinction. Richard Craig Stanveloff. Amy Astrid Stolte. Mitchell Graham Strom. Nathan Blaine Sudom. Ryan Patrick Sullivan. Timothy Carl Grefstad Sermon. Christina Ann Suter. Delma Peter Ta with distinction. Quan Yi Teo. Amy Nicole Tarasiuk with distinction. John Darcy Tennant. John William Thorpe. Courtney Jade Todd. Brian Ross Tunklin with great distinction. Andrea Megan Turner-Prentice. Trudy Marie Uren. Shailene Marie Ursaki. Gabriel Jonathan David Van Bergen. Denica Jean Vandergast. Angela Dawn Vandersloos with great distinction. Lorette Marie Viber. Janine Dawn Walker. Brittany Ann Walter with great distinction. Natalie Dawn Wattier. Carla Roxanne Watts. Matthew Robin Warwick with distinction. Clayton Racine Weir. Carla Roxanne Whitford with great distinction.
Thank you.
Wade Robert Willits with distinction. Andrew Joseph Williams. Christopher Donald Williams. Michael King Ho Wong with great distinction. Shannon Cara Wright with great distinction. Fei Shu. Justin Christopher Yu. Brett Douglas Zabalotny. Alan Tiha Zanadine. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating those recipients of the Bachelor of Commerce degree.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you this scholar and ask that you confer on him the degree of Master's of Science in Finance. Luke Jacob Schmidt. Please join me in congratulating the recipient of the degree of Master's of Science in the College of Graduate Studies and Research.
Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you Karen Suzanne Gilletta. Mohammed Hossein. Wallace Stewart Lockhart. Abigail Jaja Kapati Malala. Tamarai Murdi. Sherry Marie Peterson. Lori Jane Sykes Tottenham. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees and certificates be issued.
Eminent Chancellor, I'm pleased to present the Copeland Prize winner in Social Science, Jennifer Leanne Hyatt. The Copeland Prize in Social Science is donated in the memory of the late Thomas Copeland by Mrs. Copeland and is awarded annually at each Spring Convocation to the most distinguished graduate in the social sciences. This year's recipient is Jennifer Leanne Hyatt, who graduates today with a Bachelor of Arts honors degree with high honors in psychology. Jennifer graduated from Marion M. Graham Collegiate Institute in Saskatoon in 2003 and entered the College of Arts and Science in the fall of 2003 to pursue her psychology degree. Jennifer received a Greystone Scholarship and has since been awarded numerous scholarships, such as the University of Saskatchewan Scholarships, the Alan Blakeney Entrance Scholarship, and has been on the Dean's Honor Roll. Jennifer became increasingly interested in research and was a research assistant during the summer of 2005. She has completed several research projects and presented one of her projects at the University of Winnipeg's Prairie Undergraduate Psychology Research Conference and another at the University of Saskatchewan's Psychology Undergraduate Conference. Jennifer is interested in pursuing a Bachelor of Laws. Last summer, she was employed by the Saskatoon RCMP within their Proceeds of Crime and Criminal Crime divisions. And this summer, she is employed by a law firm in Saskatoon. She feels that these opportunities will provide her with the necessary skills and career contacts to facilitate her acceptance into the College of Law at the University of Saskatchewan or another recognized institution. She plans on working for the next academic year and then pursuing her law degree. Eminent Chancellor, I'm pleased to present Jennifer Leanne Hyatt as this year's winner of the Copeland Prize in Social Sciences. Our next award is the University of Saskatchewan Film Society Prize. The University of Saskatchewan Film Society Prize is awarded this year to Caitlin Margaret Van Kunet. It is awarded annually at Spring Convocation to the most distinguished graduate in a four-year honors or BFA degree or certificate program in the fine arts. Art and art history, music, or drama. Caitlin Margaret Van Kunet graduates today with a BFA degree in drama, acting, with great distinction. Caitlin graduated from Evan Hardy Collegiate Institute in 2002 and entered the College of Arts and Science in the fall to pursue her drama degree. The drama department writes, Caitlin is one of those rare students who come along once every 10 years or so and who combine a real propensity for the artistic side of our work in the drama department with an excellent academic record. She has been named on the Dean's Honors Roll in 2002, 2003, 2004, and has received such scholarships as the Florence Jean Murray Scholarship, University of Saskatchewan Scholarships, and the University of Saskatchewan undergraduate scholarships. Caitlin has been very active in the University of Saskatchewan Drama Club, worked as both a non-professional actor and a professional actor, and has accompanied dance classes for the University of Saskatchewan School of Dance since 2004. Caitlin hopes to gain as much professional acting experience as possible and to create work opportunities for herself and others right here at home by independently producing exciting plays and writing new works. She hopes to further her education in a master's program with a focus on voice and speech in order to help others have lasting vocal careers. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Caitlin Margaret Van Kunet as this year's winner of the University of Saskatchewan Film Society Prize for the most distinguished graduate in the fine arts. The Spring Convocation 3-year degree medal is awarded to the most distinguished graduate receiving a first degree in a 3-year program in the College of Arts and Science. William Trong, who received a Bachelor of Science 3-year degree with great distinction in mathematics, is our award winner this year. Unfortunately, William could not attend the ceremony as he's enrolled in the Schulich School of Medicine and Dentistry, and he plans on becoming a dentist. That school is at the University of Western Ontario.
Eminent Chancellor, the Goodspeed Award is presented to the most distinguished graduate in the College of Commerce. This year's recipient is Brittany Ann Schlosser, who is convocating today with Bachelor of Commerce, great distinction. Brittany graduated from Campbell Collegiate High School in June 2003 with an International Baccalaureate diploma. She's held numerous scholarships and received many awards during her time at the university. For example, for the years 2003 to 2006, she held a University of Saskatchewan scholarship. In 2003, she held a Greystone scholarship. Joseph H. Thompson Scholarship in 2004. The list goes on. She was on the Dean's Honor Roll all of her years of study in the College of Commerce. She's been involved in student competitions. Her team was the first place winner in the Saskatoon Business Case Competition sponsored by Saskatoon Industry Leaders. On-campus activities include being a coach in University Life 101 as well as a student ambassador. An extensive list of volunteer activities including Christian Volunteer Movement, 2005 Canada Summer Games, Junior Achievement, Jingle Bell Run for Arthritis, and Trick or Eat, which I think I could get into. Extracurricular activities include she was co-president of the Biotechnology Students Society. She's been a member of the Gold Key International Honor Society, general member of Advancing Canadian Entrepreneurship, or ACE Saskatchewan, that President McKinnon spoke about in his introductory remarks. Brittany will be joining National Bank as an investment bank analyst in Calgary starting in the end of July. Please join me in congratulating Brittany Ann Schlosser, recipient of the Goodspeed Award.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, platform party guests, graduates, and friends. As a member of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association Board, it is my pleasure to recognize the class of 2007 graduates and to welcome you to membership in the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. Your graduation today does not mean your relationship with the university has ended. Rather, it heralds the beginning of a lifelong role as a member of the larger university community of alumni. You join a group of distinguished people, some publicly recognized, some successful in private ways, who have contributed greatly to society at large. As you know, this year marks the 100th anniversary of our university. On the 75th anniversary, the honorary degree recipient, Willard Bud Esday, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada, in a superb convocation address, spoke of the three wandering tribes of the earth, the Scots, the Jews, and the graduates of the University of Saskatchewan. Today, you join that latter tribe. It is perhaps unusual to single out one member of this graduating class, but I think that today it's appropriate to do so. Dr. Hal Wyatt, this afternoon's honorary degree recipient, has had a profound impact on this university through his service as a member and chair of the Board of Governors. I served as board secretary for 17 years, and in that time, no member of the board cared more deeply about our university or contributed more in the areas of effective corporate governance and fiscal accountability than did Hal. His spirit of giving back, like that demonstrated in the dedicated service of our departing Chancellor, Tom Malloy, is one I encourage all graduates to emulate. I know that in the near term, you will be busy with careers and families, but I ask you to consider how in the longer term you can give back to your university. The Alumni Association is the vehicle by which you may do so. It can help you to maintain lifelong friendships with people you've met during your student years and help you to stay connected to your university. The Alumni Association applauds you on your hard work and well-earned achievements to date. Your successes are our successes. Please keep us informed of them so that we may celebrate them together. Congratulations and welcome to the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. Thank you.
know that the next moment in your program belongs to our Chancellor, but I wish to substitute for him for just a short time to inform you that Tom Malloy steps down from the office, as you've heard, this June, after 2 full terms or 6 years. The Chancellor's role is most visible here in the great celebrations of Convocation, and more than 20,000 graduates of our university have received their degrees from this gracious gentleman. The Chancellor is also a member of the Board of Governors and a wise and sensitive advisor to the university's administration. His role is truly one of service in the name of the alumni of the university and the public of our province. Tom Malloy has been a superb Chancellor, and on your behalf and mine, I wish to extend to him our warmest appreciation. Chancellor, may I now ask you to close convocation?
Let me assure you that it's been a distinct honor to serve as the 12th Chancellor of this university. This convocation, I think, reflects the greatness of our university with the visionary leadership of our President. The quality of our administration and faculty is represented on the platform this afternoon. Our competent support staff represented by those who supported and participated in this convocation ceremony this afternoon. And of course, our outstanding student body represented by the graduates today. One needs only look around this auditorium to understand why the University of Saskatchewan succeeds and why it was such a great honor to be its Chancellor. This brings our convocation to a close, but before I do, I would like to thank a number of people. First of all, Glenn Gillis and the University Wind Orchestra. Our vocalist, Chandra Curry. Our signer for today's ceremony, Mark Markowicz. Elder Laura Wasakase. Lynette Mirza, the convocation coordinator, and all the members of our team in making these graduation ceremonies such a success. I would like to remind the graduates and their families of the reception which follows today's convocation. Bachelors of Arts and Bachelor of Music are to meet west of the main lobby. Bachelors of Science east of the main lobby. Graduate programs in Commerce in the Grand Circle. Finally, to today's graduates, as you came across the stage this afternoon, I admitted you to the convocation of our university. And I would like to add my own personal congratulations and best wishes for your future successes. Today you became members of a proud organization that boasts a membership of in excess of 122,000 people, which includes leaders in every walk of life, quite literally around the world. I'm talking about the alumni of the University of Saskatchewan, and today, as you've been told, you join those alumni. The University of Saskatchewan has been an important part of your life. It has provided you with an opportunity to obtain a post-secondary education. It's given you a head start in life. Keep the University of Saskatchewan with you. As you encounter life's opportunities, keep the university at your side. Remember it for what it has offered you. Urge your friends or relatives to consider attending the University of Saskatchewan. I encourage you to participate in alumni events and functions. Continue to be part of the university life through the Alumni Association. Now would you all please rise and join in the singing of God Save the Queen.